Hey y'all, what's up? We are back.
What's up? It's back and draw, back again with the news. I'm Dan, Sean.
And checking
How's
out.
everybody in the chat doing? Everybody's good. Massive Panda's here. Faye's here. What's up?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about the comic book industry.
Yep. I
You know,
before we go on, I just want uh everybody to let us know if we sound okay. So I don't know why my iPad is registering as if there's sound when I'm not playing anything. It's kind of weird.
interesting.
Is it picking up something? Yeah, but I'm gonna let them know. I'm gonna let them let me know if if the audio is okay.
Like a double sound or
Yeah, yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah. Because I don't. I'm like,
double audio.
it's not catching much audio. Hold on, let's see what happens if I play oh, we got let's get off of our page for a second. Um what
We
has
should play something from our page.
true.
Says there's Venus says there's echo. So it's probably something from your Mac or something.
Oh boy, hold on. Let's see here. Does the echo like the echo's unusual? And does the echo happen when I speak or when Dan speaks? Hey, let's play this.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can
Okay.
either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two.
Okay. All right. I don't know.
Only when I speak.
Interesting.
So hold on.
It might
You
not
got
even.
me on the browser audio,
Yeah, like
and
you.
you might have to mute me in the room or something, or mute me in the browser, something like that.
Hold on. Let's see.
Like I'm
Let's see
popping
what.
out on like two.
You know what's weird? I could have sworn before you were coming out of audio input capture.
I was before.
Why are you not now?
It's like nothing's coming because it's not control audio via OBS or something.
Hmm. Let me
Check
see.
it.
Yeah, let me see some. Let me see some. Let me see some.
Gotta check it. Brina asked if they ever find her. No.
Yes.
Yes, they did. I'm talking no. Yes, they did. I'm sorry. It's not the right one.
Tiffany Gomas. That's her name. That's
Oh, so,
hmm.
no, you didn't do that.
Audio input capture.
What are you trying to check?
Oh no, I guess I was trying to check why audio input capture was not picking you up for some reason.
What am I? Where am I? This is
You
like boomer tech
you
situation
are
right
you
now.
on browser
Yeah, why don't you double click that?
okay.
I mean, like, you know, they say control audio OBS. Is that was?
Oh. How do I find that again?
Send the sources.
Oh right. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's clicked. Hmm.
Anyway,
Well, I don't know if it's unbearable or not. I don't know. I could listen to a playback, but I know then y'all will be hearing your own playback.
I'll listen to it. But
All right, cool.
oh, I can't do that. Oh shit! What's going on here?
Telling you right now. Let me stop. She was tired of all the attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Tired, tired, tired. You hear me?
Y-
I don't know.
Sound fine? All
Hold
right.
on, let me see something. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna try to say something.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's up, people? We're trying to stream in the audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's up, people? We're trying to stream in the audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It sound fine to me. It's probably just like the normal like room.
What's up?
Anyway, we just keep going.
I don't know. Let's see. Not gonna lie, crazy plain lady.
It's kind of hot.
I'm not. No, that's true.
And she's an
That is
attractive
not.
person, you know what I mean?
That is not a lie. That is the opposite of a lie.
She made a matter of fact, if you want to segue into this before we go into anything, she had an apology or something. I'm not gonna lie, she didn't really say much. She didn't really say much. She just said she apologized for acting up or something. You know, how all the attention was kind of, she thought some of it was funny, but other of it was kind of like, she, you know, didn't appreciate and this, that, and the third. I don't know. Tiffany, if you're out there, I was not disrespecting you. I just wanted to, capture the moment in the form of art. And I low key still want to know what wasn't real. Come on the show for an interview. It was funny. A lot of people actually were just like, a lot of people were just saying like, "Oh, it's just some crazy." They were saying like, "Yo, what wasn't real?" Like they were on the case. They wanted to find out.
I mean, the sad part is probably that nothing was real. I mean, like it was real.
Yeah.
Now she's realizing that, oh my gosh, she had some kind of temporary psychosis, and now the fun is ruined. But you gotta stretch it out, and now she's gonna be like a mental health advocate or something, and go to research, talk to some doctors on like Zoom, and
Right.
try to get people's the help they need, and then try to be some kind of they should probably do a travel log or whatever, and become a normie stream. And that disappoint a lot of people who really want to see reptilians and lizard people and whatnot. That would have been lit.
Was ready for the reptilians, bro. Come on. No, let me stop. Actually, do not. For the record, I do not believe in reptilians. But it does not believe that I do not believe in extraterrestrial. Yo, what happened to the red cube and the aliens? Yo, we need another hearing. We need another hearing, government. Like, I want to see. What? Come on, man. Can we get a tour of Area 51 or something?
We need another hearing, government.
Oh, you were testing it? Yeah.
I'm always testing it. But yeah, I mean, they do need another hearing. It's getting a little ridiculous. Like, I mean, they talked about like people who discovered the aliens.
Right.
The people who were testifying said that there were those that were aware that there was alien life, and some of these people disappeared.
Right.
And got disappeared by high-level officials. And the Congress was like, damn, that sucks. We'll try to find out what happened to them. And I don't know if they ever did.
Yeah, Brina said what happened to that red cube. I was definitely.
That sucks. We'll try to find out what happened to them. And I don't know if they ever did.
Oh, you're testing this too?
Yeah, Brina said what happened to them. I guess there is like a little echoey.
Yeah, but it's like a natural echo of like I thought it was like a severe like tech echo or something.
Okay.
So yeah, we're fine. Let's just keep going. I was supposed to draw that red cube, y'all, and I don't know, life just like I don't know, like hit me hard. Something. Maybe one day I'll still draw it, even though it's really not trending. Who knows? It might not have trended that time either, because only y'all on the chat and us were the only people that cared about like the aliens and the sphere and the cube and the red cube, and I mean, I thought it was interesting. Master Panda said, they're like, well, we got the Trump mugshot drama right now, so let that marinate in the news cycle for a while. We'll bring the aliens back when things die down and get boring. I don't care about this mugshot. I want the aliens now. I don't care about no Trump drama. I don't care about what happened the other night when this guy bodied Mike Pence, his neocon self. I want the aliens. I want the aliens.
Yeah, I mean, I assume like I'm saying, I think Trump has like 60% of like the vote right now, and in terms of the general, it's pretty big too. So having to be arrested, a big deal, a big
Yeah,
deal.
no.
What I'm saying? Him and his
Just
whole crew, it's a big deal. Like. So I can imagine why the aliens might take a back seat to this, especially since ET had popped out of his wormhole and said hello and all this. But it is what it is, guys. You look
man.
living in a weird world right now.
They need, I guess I guess that would take more precedence. I got a question before we get into this article. Who is running against Byron?
Uh, Lord Byron, like some. What
Right.
you talking about? Byron Allen, the guy who used to the
Joe,
black
Joe,
comedian.
Joe, Joe Byron. Byron. Oh, I don't know if you've seen that clip. It's pretty old. That
I
was
don't, I
last
don't
year.
know. I don't know these ancient memes.
That was
I'm on
from
the new memes.
what was that? Real Talk, and that was big. I got
Oh,
see Brina knows Byron. So it was like this homeless dude or something, and they kept asking him questions like, "Who you gonna vote? What did you vote for?" Joe Byron. What was the name of that? It was like Real Talk Street. I forgot what the. I don't know. I'd have to find the clips. We'll do that for next stream, probably on Twitch. Anyhow, hold on. This freaking thing is just messing with my ear right now. All right, Mark Millar claims comic book industry is in the worst state it's ever been. It suggests that comic book legends return to DC and Marvel in order to save it.
well, tall order. I tell you that.
That whole headline right there. It's like got multiple layers. Right? Mm,
It's interesting. I would say this: Mark Millar is a real deal comic book head,
yes.
comic book fan, comic book dude. That's been working in the industry forever. He's like consistently working in comics as well. Like, and he gets his video game deal. I mean, his movie deals, but he'll still do comics at the same time. A lot of people who do the do comics and stuff, they just leave and just go to do video games. They go to do movies, and like the minute their stuff gets optioned, they'll like put the pencil down and just jump to the next thing, to the industry. That's maybe where they wanted to be. But Mark Millar always comes back, he does something, and it's always selling. And I guess he got a Rolodex of people and friends that he could call up and get teams together. But will it save the industry? I will have to look into the article and the plan.
Now, before we get into this, Faye makes a great point here. Said, "Why would comic book legends return to the places that could call them all sorts of names and kick them out? I mean, they found a way better way that actually pays." There was I do not remember the name of the person. I guess it was a writer of some sort. And they made a comment probably like was it last week or a week and a half ago that said like if you want to work at Marvel and DC, you cannot work in Comicsgate or something. Now, I personally do not consider myself Comicsgate, consider myself independent. But that was kind of I mean, we know that that's a sentiment, but I don't know, it's kind of bold statement to make. So if any of these creators that Mark might think can help save the industry, if the behavior from the big two is like, well, you worked with so and so, so you can't be here, then I guess Mark's plan of saving the industry won't work.
Well,
Depending on
I
the
kind
creator.
of, I don't know what this article is saying yet, but
Hmm.
I did see his interview with Nerdrotic,
Right.
and I did see the interview with Unthinking Critical. So I know his plan. The people he mentioned were like people who were in the industry,
Okay.
like Olivier Coble,
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane,
Okay. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and people like that. That at least that's who he mentioned. And I don't know how far gone the comic book industry is that they wouldn't take the call from Todd McFarlane
I don't know. You got to be
because he
pretty.
drew because he drew a hot Mary Jane
I mean, don't they got Rob
drawing.
Liefeld doing stuff with them?
Yeah, they have Rob Liefeld
Like,
doing
come on now.
something. So, but they have him like segregated. See, this is the thing. They actually have some people sometimes that sporadically pop up to do like some attention grabbing comic book or whatever. Like they have like Rob Liefeld is
Yeah.
basically does these little miniseries.
Right.
I could do like little Deadpool one shots, or do the first issue of like Major X, and then get other people to draw the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So he has like a little like mini fiefdom within Marvel, but it's separate from the main title. What they have to do, and I think that's what Mark may propose in this article, is they have to get Rob Liefeld to do X-Force, or they have to get like. And Tom McFarlane said he's not going back to Marvel and DC or something like that. So I don't think
he don't need to. He got a whole franchise called Spawn.
Yeah, if he's going to draw something, he should draw an issue of Spawn. You know, if he wants to get a guest writer, maybe he can get Mark Millar to write an issue of Spawn. Maybe that'll work. But like, you know, get some guy who draw. I don't know, like these superstar people that used to come around. Like maybe I don't know. Jim Lee would have to do a DC project, put down the president hat, and pick up the pencil, and you know, things like that. Like all the artists, all the writers got to like all hands on deck to save the industry, right? I mean, maybe he can't get Tom McFarlane to do a Spider-Man, but maybe he can get J. Scott Campbell to do it.
Right.
And all they have to do is like not listen to the haters.
Right.
And I don't think there'll be haters because I mean, people are desperate, right? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're not desperate. I haven't heard of any like sign of desperation from the big two, even though Marvel was saying they claim the comic industry is in the worst state it's ever been. I haven't heard like I don't know. I don't really know what they believe. It's like sort of like it's like intervention. Like you know, you could say like, damn, you're an alcoholic, you gotta take care of yourself and get the whole family together. But if a dude doesn't believe it, will it work? Massive Panda says, how hilarious would it be if the aliens finally enacted their master plan against Earth, but all the Earthlings were just bored and indifferent of their arrival because of the recent drama? It's true. You gotta be bored with this. I mean, this is petty stuff. They're already like traveling the universe and we're still dealing with like politics. Massive Panda says, oh yeah. Let's pack it up, go to the mothership and back to Dimension X. Yeah.
With Krang. Yeah. Whoa.
As you want to work on DC. What?
I don't know. Audio just went out for a second, but I don't know if that was me or you. Computer, please. Yeah. No, I can hear you now. Computer, please behave.
Oh, the mic. Maybe that had to do something with it. Am I off? Oh.
No, you're on. No, you're
I'm
on.
out of sync.
Say something again.
Hello.
It's like by a second. It'll be fine.
What's going on? How's my audio now?
No, your audio's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna get to.
So yeah,
I'm gonna read this article and I'm gonna get to you guys' comments. I just have a question. Is there something going on tonight with Trump again? Because people are like jumping on Twitter right now. But anyway, I'll figure it out. Maybe he could. Why don't Trump write a comic book? You know what I'm saying? That'll get still popping. All right, comic book writer Mark Millar, best known for his Superman, Red Son, Civil War, Wanted, and Kingsman stories, recently posited that the comic book industry is in the worst state it's ever been in, and proceeded to share his idea on how to save it. Okay. During the appearance on Thinking Critical channel, Millar confirmed his previously announced return to DC for a Superman story, and then quickly segued into positing his idea that at least 20 comic book legends should return to both DC and Marvel and do at minimum 2 year runs in order to save the comic book industry. It's very specific. It's a very specific number. It's funny.
It would have to take 2 years to make sure like it's not some fly by night operation where it's like, oh, it's only 6 months and then it's back to whatever they were doing before, because that's what the plan usually is. Like they'll get some guy to come back and it's like, oh wow, it's coming back, and then like you just know it's going to end in 6 months, and then it won't bring people to the comic store. They'll just wait for the trade. Like Mark Silvestri did his Batman graphic novel, and it was a one and done.
Right.
So people were just like, okay, it's a one and done. I'll just wait till it comes out. Oh, it came out. Okay, thanks. Then they, although old fans went in there, grabbed it, scurried off like a squirrel, in winter,
Right.
and didn't check out the other stuff. But if you have 20 people at the same time, then that's like a sign that says, listen, we mean business now. We're very serious right now. And it's not a game. It's just a return to form or something. Thing is, though, it's like getting a superstar these days, a superstar. And what is a superstar these days? I don't know. I
I
guess we'll
mean, I
find
guess
we'll
everybody
find out.
has their definite. Well, in the eyes of Mark, well, I guess we'll see. Millar stated, "There's something weird going on right now, where I really feel like the guys like me and the guys who've worked in the industry for a while have been very lucky, had a lot of big books and everything. We've got to man the stations. I think everybody's got to come in and do a couple of projects and find an artist who's as good as you could possibly get and just do some killer run on something," he added. Let's scroll down here. As for why he believes the comic book legends should return, he explained it's because the industry is in the worst state excuse me, the industry is in the worst state it's ever been in. He said the retailers they're struggling out there. They're dying. All my friends and retailers are saying it's never been, and they've known how. Sorry, I just messed up that whole sentence. Let me restart. All my friends and retailers are saying it's never been, and they've never know it as hard as this. That was a weirdly wrote statement. Okay. Millar then further elaborated on his idea to bring comic book legends back. And I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
okay, let's get Olivia Copel and uh, Pepe Larraz. I don't know if I'm saying that name correctly, or whatever. And we go and do a Captain America and a Wolverine run or something. Everybody's got to come back and do two runs. And if 20 big name writers and 20 big name artists do that, you've got an amazing couple years of comic books. Sure, I think it's a novel idea. Like it is. Uh,
I mean, look, if they have the budget to do it, then do it. I mean, it's similar to what happened in the 2000s,
hmm
like when Marvel they filed for bankruptcy, and then they had some issues after, like they were trying to get they had some problems. I mean, like before that, in the early 90s, they had their big. Everybody knows the story. All the big superstars from Marvel, Jim Lee, Tom McFarlane, Mark Silvestri, Rob Liefeld, all left at the same time, creating a vacuum of talent at Marvel
right,
when their superstars left to form their own company image. Then when the speculator boom busted, you know, then that hurt the industry a bit. But then, um, Marvel quickly, they rebounded a little bit. They had Age of Apocalypse. They had some new superstars. They had Joe Mad, their new superstar, with the new art style
right,
that sort of made the old art style, like kind of like they have the new guy. He's the new guy now. He's the anime slash Western mix that is like cutting edge.
right,
And then over at Wildstorm you had Gen 13, you had J. Scott Campbell. So you had Travis Charest, I don't know how to pronounce that, but He was big, and then because by then all the big superstars, even at Image, weren't drawing comic books. Maybe sporadically.
Yeah, no, you're
Jim
right.
Lee put the pencil down. Silvestri, he was doing Darkness, but then maybe for a few issues, and then he gave it over to other people, like Joe Benitez and all that.
Right.
I think Michael Turner was winding down his Witchblade run. So there weren't like those huge names that were moving units in terms artistically. Now, I'm just speaking on the artist side right now.
Okay.
The writer side was actually doing pretty okay. There was a lot of writers still in and out of the biz. You had Grant Morrison, you had Warren Ellis, you had Bendis.
Right.
Not the Bendis of like changing Iceman to be gay after all these years and all that, but like Bendis from like the early 2000s, and they had people around. You had Peter David. People were in the mix. People were still putting out like sellable content. But then eventually, Joe Mad left Marvel. Jessica Campbell left Gen 13 to do his own thing, and that was supposed to be big. And then they stopped doing the books, and then it was just like a big drought. And then they got Chris Claremont to come back to Marvel to do X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
He did a run that I guess kind of flopped with readers a little bit, and then I don't know. It was like kind of a low period where like all the superstars were either in the biz but not drawing their books, or they left the biz, or I don't know. The big runs were flopping, and it was kind of dire. And then I don't know. They had Marvel Knights. They had a little run with they left a little corner for like to do little darker, stranger stories, like cool stories with, and then Joe Quesada ran that little corner. So he had Punisher,
Yeah.
he had Black Widow, and they liked the run, so they just let him run the whole company. And that got people interested in comics. He basically did the Mark Millar plan, which was like comics were having a low period, so let's just put teams together of like superstars from all different companies. Will make offers and say, hey, I don't know, John Cassidy from The Authority, you want to work on this new Ultimates line with Mark Millar or Joss Whedon, sorry?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll get Brian Hitch. Hey, Brian Hitch, you want to do this too? You want, like, he would just like assemble these like these writers and artists together that were like as big names as they can get of people that were currently still working in the industry. Maybe they weren't like Silvestri, but they were definitely like at least Silvestri's apprentice or something.
Well, maybe he should run Marvel. I don't know. That's something.
Well, he used to run Marvel, but then eventually what happens with this of plan? Well, he did One More Day. He did a few things that I guess pissed people off. He did One More Day, and where they retconned Mary Jane's as Peter Parker's relationship, and that pissed people off.
Right.
But it did work. I mean, like, it did get people interested in reading the comics again. It did bring people into the store. You got Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon from Preacher to go do Punisher. And then even when Steve Dillon left, Garth Ennis stayed on, so people were still interested. But that takes a commitment. It takes a budget. It takes a plan. And a lot of the time from that was like the motivation with that too was to try to attract Hollywood as well. They wanted to get enough of that content in trade paperback form so they can go show it to a Hollywood agent so they can get movie deals.
Right.
They've already achieved the movie deal plan. They don't even need the comic book stuff anymore to go make a movie. In fact, they hate the comic books because they keep like doing their own version of it. So now it's going to be tough. It's going to be like, in order for this plan to work, they're going to actually have to care about comic books and not just comic books as an elaborate movie pitch
as
to a studio.
As a stepping stone. But
Exactly.
Hold on. So Enrico's
this
here.
is actually going to have to be for comic book sales, period.
Right. No, I just want to.
Beyond that, it's going to have to be comic book interest in these characters, period, to get a movie deal again because these movies are flopping. So it's
Right.
actually more important than that. But I don't know if Marvel and DC see it that way yet. What did you want to say?
No, I was saying I was sorry. I was just saying Enrico's here and John is here. Both
What's
Johns.
up? John is here. What's good? Enrico.
Master Panda said the comic book. Did we read this comment already? I can't remember. The comic book industry is the equivalent to the one of the ugliest chick at the bar telling dudes they need to buy her a drink and work for it. No, that's not how this works. Comic book industry.
There is some truth to that. Like it's the really like the "don't call us, we'll call you" business.
Yeah.
Like they still think it's the '90s too, and they kind of act like it do. Like they hate the '90s. They hate all the flashy art and multiple pouches on people's belts. They always make fun of that in these articles. But they're doing more variant covers than ever before. Like they think like they're the new superstar. They think they Mark Silvestri. These jobbers out here are like think they Mark Silvestri. I'm like, you ain't Mark Silvestri. You have like 40 variant covers for some book. Like no one knows who you are.
They think they Mark Silvestri without the Mark Silvestri flair.
Exactly. Like they're like, oh, I hate all that variant cover gold foil stuff, and then they're out there doing like multiple variant covers with a name that you never heard of. And it's like this is not how like the '90s worked. This is not how variant cover is supposed to work.
Enrico says Mark is out of touch or is playing naive. He says he'd have to pick people who don't have anything going on to be able to spend 2 years fixing things. Yeah, they're gonna have a pretty free schedule. Massive Panda says Millar's tactic would have to apply to both veteran artists and writers. No legendary artist wants to slave over the drawing table for 2 years worth of comic books full of blue-haired uniboob girls. Man.
Oh, the uniboob has returned. You know what it is? You know what it is? They would have to actually tell them, listen, we're glad you're here. I mean, this is like, and I know this is a scenario that's insane. Like, there's no like present activity that like suggests this scenario would ever happen. But the scenario that would have to happen would be like, thank you, whoever this superstar artist would be. We're glad you're here. Just draw however you want to draw. Just go for it. Pretend it's like 2003, 1997. Have a party. I'll just be here to make the spelling is correct. That's all I'm here for. Like I'm here to make sure that the shit prints correctly and the colors aren't like too messed up. That's all I'm here for. Like that's how it would have to be.
That's how it have to be. But guess what? Guess what though? That's definitely not how it's going to be. That's how it has to be, but that's definitely not what's going to happen.
The thing is, it's because it depends on the name. It depends on how motivated these people are. Like if Mark Millar told them, maybe they would listen. I don't know, because they listen to people who have money and clout.
Would they listen to Mark?
They don't respect YouTubers. They respect Hollywood guys. So it's like one of
the because he got some shows now?
Hell yeah, because they all want shows, bro. All these little people who rock and Marvel,
but you still got the linger of the stench of the people still there. So even if they listen to him, they're gonna sneak in with a bunch of nonsense. That's what it's like. You got like, I don't know, you got to purge or something. Like
it's weird because like a lot of people can't do this flex. Like I don't even know if the flex is gonna work. Like, if Mark Millar walks in and tells them this plan, are they gonna just, I don't know, listen? Or are they gonna like, I don't know, flex their fake authority with no sales at a guy who's like got Netflix deals and has a job at Netflix, greenlighting stuff, and like has a Rolodex and could maybe put together at least 3 teams together that are possibly interested in this scenario. Like, can they say no to that? Like, I guess they could say no to anything. They've been saying no to like quality for a while.
Right.
These big companies. All of them, basically, because it's not only Marvel and DC, it's like Image and all these other places too. Like, they need some big books, big moves too. Like, everybody needs a big move.
I'm like, how they gonna get J. Scott Campbell and be like, all right, yo, you're back. We're gonna team you up with Mark, and you guys got to do a book about Krakoa and go. Like, no.
The only thing is like editorial. Yeah, you can't team up with a writer that's gonna like nerf their art. because a lot of people understand writers, like writers, they just got stories and like, but people don't understand artists a lot of times, like the mental strain and the don't move the pencil.
Right.
You know, the reason you got superstars is they had artistic freedom to just, they were trusted to draw however they want. But if you have like weird new editorial rules, it's not going to work. Like, don't put that pressure on them. Okay, it's hard enough to be slaving away, like they said in the chat, for 2 years. Like J. Scan Campbell only be able to do like any kind of run in his life was because he was allowed to cook. If you don't allow him to cook, you ain't getting no food.
Yeah, but if you go work for Marvel and DC, the stoves are turned off and you can't turn them back on.
But they let Rob Liefeld do whatever he wants. I don't know if they let him do what he wants as a joke. I mean, you could argue that. I don't know. But it seems like they don't allow new people to cook.
No.
They're told to draw the uniboob. Like if you went there, they'd be like, I don't know who the hell this kid is.
Oh, they just do I would never work for them because they would.
But with the big cheese come in, you know what I'm saying? Big nibbers come in, like, you know what I'm saying, like from the past, with their picture immortalized on the wall. Suddenly, it's like you can't throw in some junior editor to flex on those guys. I mean, that's just
right.
They could try it, and sometimes it works, but not when there's 20 of them in the room or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm just giving a counterpoint to this conversation. I mean, like, but
they're gonna have to come in there like, I don't know, like the Warriors, like gang deep.
Yeah,
like,
it has to be like a real plan.
Like, we here. What you gonna do?
Offer they can't refuse. Like they say, listen, for this amount of money. He would have to make the plan himself. He would have to like talk to a few people, like at least 4.
Yeah.
4 writers and artists. Come up with a number, write it down, and go to Marvel and says, listen, here are the names. Shh. They said they're ready. That's the number. You want to make it happen? It can happen very soon or something.
Yeah.
And if they say no, then it's a no. Like, but if they say yes, then it's a yes. Like, what can I say? I don't know. Like, but it's like it had to be like an offer that they can't refuse or something. But maybe they can refuse it. Maybe there's something else going on. Everyone's a mystery. Even he's mystified. Why is it doing so bad? Why aren't they calling these people? It might be I've got a theory. Is it the ESG? Is it they're planning to wrap up the comic book industry and go purely digital? There's a lot of mysteries in here. A lot of mysteries. It seems like a simple plan. Just get the best people, give them money, and they draw stuff. Like, it seems like anybody can do it, but they haven't done it yet. So I'm curious. I don't know. What's the chat saying?
JVP. Yeah, I did see that. I did see it. I only read the post and then I started watching the video, so I can't even really. I just thought, I was like, oh, this is wild. There's another wild chapter in, in indie comic verse right now. Let me see. Enrico says,
I like Mark Millar, but is he? What's he saying?
But he is mid, in my opinion, regarding writing skills. I used to think he relied on trying to be super edgy to the point of gimmickry. But his style and edge are greatly missed now.
Yeah. I guess like people, it took a while for some to, and I guess like we didn't know. Like back then, that was kind of a feeling like we didn't know. His art style was his writing style was like kind of it was like, is this like a joke or is this serious?
People were thinking it's juvenile, and then now it's like what we got now. It's like, whoa.
You can see the sophistication, but it's still like mixed with this juvenility. So we're like, is this a satire of a story or is this a sincere story? And I guess now we know it's like it's both, but it's like he is sincere. It is sincere.
Yeah, I bet you Mark Millar likes RoboCop.
Yeah, it's like he's trying for some kind of he's like extreme Verhoeven or something, or it's sort of like, or he's like postmodern. He is postmodern, his writing style. It's like, if like Bret Easton Ellis was like a superhero writer or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing this extreme stuff to make a point about society or a commentary about heroism or something that has to do with the theme of what he's talking about.
Right.
And it's like, oh, okay. And yeah, his style is like, and then everybody else tried to be like him during that time. They had like all these super edutarian people like writing these comic books in the early 2000s, I guess, when they were more freewheeling. And then that went away with this current era, where it's
Right.
like the toned down, offended era. Now he is looking like the ultimate rebel, and he is like, because he's still here.
Yeah.
He still wants to be rebellious, and he's like talking to YouTubers that I guess the industry doesn't want you to talk to. So it's like, that's why it's like it would take a guy like this. Like, I don't know, no one believes that this can happen, that they're even interested in doing this plan. But it's like Mark Millar is like, if there was a guy to ever like propose this to DC and they would like listen to them, it would be him.
Well,
Like, they should be listening to like the fans like they used to,
I mean, look, I would like it to
but they're
happen.
not.
I would like
You
it to happen. I would hope to happen. I don't believe that it would happen personally. But if it did happen, it would be a welcome surprise. Hold on, let me get back
It
in the
would take
chat.
money. Like, well, why would they? The answer in the chat, they say, what would take them to come back? Why would they come back? Money. Money.
I mean, I thought they
I
didn't
know
care
that.
about money. I thought they were like, oh, you mean for the greats? Yeah, it would take money. Yeah, it
Yeah,
would
just
take
money.
money
Yeah,
there.
money.
I'm just talking about Marvel and DC. I thought they said they were doing great.
Yeah,
They, they weren't doing great. They were doing great.
they just have to have an investment from like, I don't know, Papa Disney. Like, yo, let me get like, I got a plan. Can I get a loan or like whatever this
Yeah,
amount of money to like.
so they could fund them with the loans that they got off of Strange World.
AI is going to be, with the AI, they're going to be saving a lot of money on these artists they're going to fire, I guess.
Oh yeah, the same AI they used for the beginning of what was it Secret Invasion? Let me see. John says, I can't imagine any of the older pros going back. They would have to know it would be only 7 months before the company starts pushing nonsense on them. Yeah, it's gonna be some blue hair nonsense going on eventually.
Some people
Uh,
like nonsense though. I mean, look, I mean, I don't know if you, I don't know, like some of these people are,
I guess
they ain't vote for Trump. Like somebody,
that will happen.
a
By the way, I
lot of
just
these
want to let
artists.
you. But on a side note, I just want to let you know that Twitter apparently is blowing up at the moment, and I don't exactly know what it is, but everyone's talking about Trump, and somebody was like, "Oh, is he coming back to Twitter tonight?" So I don't know what's going on. This
We'll see. Well,
yeah, I don't know.
it'll be posted.
Yeah, because my whole feed is crazy.
That's another thing. It's like, I don't know, money. Let's just do it for money. Like, they left because they weren't getting money. They'll come back if there's money. It's like they were drawing their own comic books on the side for fun. Some of them.
Yeah,
Some of them are drawing their own indie stuff right now, like Substack or something, and like, you know, and like got deals at Image and things like that.
hmm
But I think they're mostly doing random covers and stuff. Like J. Scott Campbell's doing covers. I think like what's his name? Mark Silvestri did that Batman book, but that was like a labor of love or something. I was like, oh, I just do a
right.
page every, you know, while I'm watching TV.
Hold on. Enrico says here, Mark is just shouting out the legends and speaking in favor of Marvel for work and keeping a positive
Rapport.
rapport with the industry. Mark ain't no dummy. It says Mark has his finger wet and in the ear. Good. Those critics should be launched on the beginning to see. Massive
And it's
Panda.
interesting that he's doing this. It's like, why not take a temperature check and see, like, hey,
I'll tell you. Well, hold on. Massive Panda says they're out of touch. Most readers want flashy art with distinct styles. This new era of softly rendered, realistic, normal proportion heroes with no muscles and no sex appeal is boring us to death.
yeah, and this
Yes.
was going on.
Enrico says the art was never really slipping in the 90s. It was some of the
True,
concepts and storylines of books, etc. The artists were
true,
still rocking. John
true.
says, yeah, I don't know how Marvel, DC, Disney get rid of the stink now. Once you lose trust of an entire demographic, I don't know how you get it back. And this was the thing I was gonna talk about as soon as I get through the comments. Hold on, where am
Yeah, that one.
I? Current. Uh, Hold on.
The current year comic book industry
Mhm.
is like the 90s with cool art styles and readers who were buying comics and keeping the industry afloat. So cringe. Gross. Yeah, it's funny because I mean, you want to go through the comments or you want me to comment on that?
Yeah. I'll just get through the comments because
Okay.
um, Enrico says, "Do y'all think Millar is willing to do a Ripper book?" That's a funny question because he did post a tweet. I don't know, it was yesterday or today, saying that he got a lot of things coming up, and it's like, "Yo, I got some big names for y'all," and I have no idea who the big names were. So
We'll see.
I don't think that he would be opposed to it. Rico says Marvel is scared of new talent and getting the mic and running off with the bag like the rest of their best artists. No, no new stars is their motto. Yeah,
No new
they still
stars.
shook. Y'all still shook about Jim Lee and Joe Mad and well, okay. I mean, okay, fine. Like Jim Lee, Joe Mad, Tom McFarlane. Yeah, I noticed some hits.
I think it really did hurt their feelings.
Like they
Like
still
it really
mad.
crushed them. I think
First of
they're
all, aren't
still
there like
mad.
new people in Marvel who do not remember that time? But then again, I
I
guess
guess
those.
they're always mad because there's always some superstar artists
Come
and they
on,
leave.
son. Like,
Like first it was the Image crew, and then it was the Cliffhanger crew,
hmm
and then it was I don't know the Marvel Knights people. I guess event stayed for a while, but then eventually petered off into other industries, and that's that. Like and they like just have writers and no superstars. We get the books done on time, and that's it. Like
I
and there's no excitement. And now the retailers are complaining, like, I don't know who these
crying.
people are. Now they got to the point where they like, yay, we won, and they all have variant covers, and I'm like, who are these
Yo,
people from
retailers
like
out there.
Deviant Art? They said this is the variant cover. You have a few that you know. Variant cover 1A, Art Germ. Variant cover B, J. Scott Campbell. Variant cover C, Ted Wheatley. Variant cover 4, I don't know, Biff Johansson. Like, who are these people? I don't know. Are these real people?
Right.
You know, you know,
To
Sarah Woodley. Like, what? Like, who's that? Is that a real?
the
I'm just making
retailers,
up names, but they might as well be like,
y'all used to
might
have
as well be
this.
the artist that they got over there.
Y'all used to have this retailers, and I guess
Facts.
suppose this is back. But yeah, this is all you have to sell your stuff. If you want to keep selling, if you want to keep your store afloat, just stock the rest of your stuff with this. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll be able to pay your rent. I don't know. I
And that
don't
goes
know.
to the other comment that was up there said the generation that you lost, and they lost that generation. They
Yeah,
lost
hard.
teens. They lost teens, and I don't know how you lose teens in a comic book industry
Well,
that's made up of people who dress up in outfits to go fight crime. That is
because they started
subject
making
matter.
about they was fighting crime sitting down sipping lattes. They thought that that was cool. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if like people in suits like not fighting? What?
That's the
And then they
concept.
would they were not they were doing it so long that when they went back to say like, oh yeah, this is an action book, and then they couldn't draw action.
Yeah, they were trying to age up with their audience. So like they were like, oh, in the 90s, they were like 13, 14, 15. Now in the 2000s, they're like in their 20s, and they've seen a few Tarantino movies and a few like Scorsese movies. So let's like make it more like that and make it a
No,
little more edgy and crazy. And then now they're in their 40s. So let's like, I don't know. They're probably in their first
hey,
divorce right
listen,
now. So let's just
I like Martin Scorsese.
and they're watching politics now because
I,
now in their 30s and 40s. So let's put politics in. It's like, bro, they're so beyond the mentality of the youth. It's insane. Like, bro.
because they think they're being smart. I like Martin Scorsese, but I wouldn't get him to direct Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't.
And they're not even checking in with their adult audience too to see if they like any of this stuff.
Twitter does.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they have
Yeah,
some other audience, I guess.
yeah, they got
That is true. I forgot about the other audience. The audience. There's two audiences. One that they're hoping that'll just buy all these variant covers every day and keep them afloat. Then there's the real audience that they want to replace those guys with.
They want to
And
replace it with the audience who follow the ideology of like not actually owning anything.
right,
Okay. So
but
that's and then them buying yourself. Hold on, let me read on. For some
they
reason,
hope
this
like that
comment.
eventually they will grow into buying something.
Why can't I read this comment? It's like doubling up. This is so weird. Hold on, I gotta scroll up. I can't read that.
Just click on something.
Mama Bear is here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Master Panda says I was snooping around J. Scott Campbell's comment section in the IG post years ago. He said he has no desire to do interiors again. He said the pay was trash, and his life was more comfy doing covers. You know, this goes back to when
He said pay was trash.
so I don't even know the numbers, but remember when Air July was saying this, like, yo, I'm paying people better than y'all. Now I don't know what that pay is, but I'm like trying to figure out what is Marvel and DC paying people. But I guess hold on, let me read on.
Well, the comic book industry was like built upon. Well, yeah. He talked about the pay was trash, but I assure you, he was probably one of the. I don't really know the situation, so maybe he wasn't as paid as we think he was.
That's why he did his.
I don't know how much we were getting paid at Wildstorm. According to like Rob Liefeld in his podcast, he claims that he was paying people really good. Like he said, he was paying.
Of course, he was. He had the he made part of my own house. Like, no, we need to hold on. I'm gonna talk about that. In a
So
second.
I don't know. Maybe he was paying people the good money, and maybe Jim Lee was not paying him the good money. I don't know. Maybe that's maybe that's why they threw Rob Liefeld out of Image. Or so maybe he was like about to steal their artists by paying them like big bucks, and that's why they had to kick him out or humiliate him. You know, maybe that's the real story. Because I remember I was just watching today the Image Revolution, like that documentary.
Yeah.
And there was like some incident where like he tried to steal away Michael Turner from like who was it? Mark Silvestri.
Yeah.
And Mark Silvestri got so mad that he like, I don't know, yelled at the guy on the phone. And he was like, I think he yelled at Matt Hawkins, who now works for Mark Silvestri for some reason. I don't know, it's like some weird situation happening. But he got so mad at Rob that, you know, eventually this is one of the straws that broke the camel's back and said, like, we got to get rid of Rob. But maybe Rob was trying to take all the artists with money, you know, and they'll draw. Like, they'll be like, the pay sucks. And then you put that fat check and it's like, hey, well, I got a few more interiors in me. I got a few more runs in me, maybe. I mean, I never saw this before. Like, you know. It depends. Some people are not motivated by money, you know?
Yeah.
They're motivated by the level of material, the passion for the material. Just like Campbell, I guess Gen 13 was a big book, but it wasn't like as big as like Batman or something. And maybe he didn't want the money from Batman because the pay sucks or something.
Yeah.
And he had Danger Girl, and that was a big book, right? Wasn't it? I don't know.
I have it, definitely.
I really don't know what's going on in the comic book industry. Maybe all those things he was getting paid $4. I have no idea. What else is going on?
So Mama Bear and Brina have confirmed the reason that. Wait, are you serious? Hold on, let me go. They said the reason that Twitter's blowing up right now is because Trump posted his own mugshot.
Oh, really?
Wait, let me see. Let me. Yo, this dude, bro. Nah! He did. 1 hour ago. The joint got 477K likes.
You gotta get to 1 million.
It says mugshot August 24th. It's election interference, never surrender. Yo. Oh my goodness. Yo, fan art tomorrow, y'all. No, I'm kidding. Or am I? No, I'm kidding. Brina says Master Panda. She's talking to Master Panda. Said can't blame him doing comics is just animating with a few steps removed. Mad stressful. Master Panda says facts. I never worked in the industry, but I agree 100%. I have a book myself, no actual deadlines, but damn, a ton of work. I can't even blame him either. It's draining.
Boomers were built different though. I mean, boomers and boomer adjacent people, like early Gen X people, they were built differently, man. They could do like pages in a month. They
No, no,
had
no,
like
no,
the
no, no, no,
flow.
no. They were built different, but they also built in cash.
Oh yeah, they do for cash.
But like a lot of cash.
In all my scenarios, yes, lots of cash. I
Like
was in any of my scenarios, cash was never on the table. I know, like these days, comic books is like working for like I don't know, free before like the landlord come and like throw you out the house. But like I'm talking like money would have to be involved for these people to move the pencil together. These people have lives and mortgages and shit, and they get paid for drawing a cover that they would like draw an entire comic book, and they're used to that kind of lifestyle. So it would take like way more to get their pencil moving. But I assume the money would flow in if they did. Now he's muted. I now hear you. Now it's
Hear me. Oh, there we go. Sorry, it's this stupid buttons, y'all. I freaking like stepped on it by mistake. Anyway, hold on. Let's Rico says Mark Millar and that fat walking that weirdo too. They get a hold of the mic and ran the bag. Brina says also stock your shelf with Red Cyberpunk Fairytale.
that's true.
And she put the
You
link.
know,
Thank you, Brina. Thank you.
that's right.
Y'all already
So
know.
comic book from two nibbers that
Trying to make it in this world.
trying to make it in this world today. You know, trying to draw like superstars.
Hey, maybe I'll help go revive Marvel and DC. I'm kidding. Go buy Red Cyberpunk Fairytale. That's what you... Oh, Master Panda says...
Well, look, my favorite artist is Sean Stevens. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? That's
thank
my
you,
favorite
thank
artist
you,
right
thank
here. You know what I'm saying? He drawn like a superstar. You've seen it on the Twitter. You've seen him in the videos. You've seen him dancing in the videos like Puff Daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you see him on the Twitters. You've seen his work. Like, you know, just because he's not a name, like it's not going to draw people to the comic book store. That's a new thing. They got to build up new names. If all they know about is the old names in these industries, what happens when the arthritis kick in after 2 years of drawing this book for this in this alleged scenario? They're just gonna be like, all right, see you later, gang. I'm off. Bye-bye. And then like the new guys are just gonna go back to Tumblr. They're just gonna go back to like DeviantArt or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's some dope dope cast of DeviantArt, but if you know how to look, you can look. And but it's just gonna go back to like what, the Thundercats War style or something. Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? You gotta know what's cool. Back in the day, it's funny because we didn't care about names back then. As we care about names, but we made them names. Like the fans made them big names. J. Scott Campbell was just some guy drawing some comic books, but the fans liked his work and made him a superstar because they bought his stuff. It was organic.
Right.
Now there's no organic flow of superstars anymore where you notice like, hey, this guy's writing is really great and I'm supporting him. He wrote like Moon Knight or something, but I think he should like rove up to like write X-Men and all this other stuff. Hey, this guy's drawing great on like New Mutants. Maybe he should be drawing like his own book or like drawing like X-Men or something. Like there's no organic relationship between the fans to build a superstar. It's almost like AstroTurf now, where like the creative director of Marvel or like of DC, they choose the artist who's like fully formed and can never change his art style to upgrade. There's no upgrade anymore either. They don't try new things. It's just like he draws like this forever.
Well,
That's
I mean, because exciting artists, like they usually have like changes in their style, like you say, and they're not willing to take a chance.
To change it.
Yeah, no.
And they sense no ownership of the book that they're doing either. That they want to change their art style to be better, to like get more sales because their livelihood is dependent on the sales of the book. Yeah. There's not even a connection with that. It's more like a corporation. Like, I get paid, I work. I'm not going to be a superstar because they don't promote me in the interviews.
We ain't got time for these jobbers, bro.
Right. It is like a jobber situation happening in Marvel, and they need to have like an artistic incentive. Back then, the pay was crap, like J. Scott Campbell was saying in that, allegedly, in this form, right? Well, but he did have the opportunity to be big and get a name for himself.
Right.
Now it just seems like artists they don't have no name. Like it's just like dead. Like they'll do a miniseries and like that's it. I don't know. Anyway.
Master
Master
Panda.
Panda says Dan. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Dan,
Dan,
you're
you're spot.
spot on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I picked up Battle Chaser number 10. There were a ton of covers, aside from the cover done by the interior artist and the Joe Mad cover. Who are these other people? No kid. So I remember number 10 was number 10. Yeah, number 10. I picked up actually 3 of those covers. For number 11, I just picked up the Joe Mad cover. I picked up the one by Ludo Lullaby, the interior artist. I picked up the Joe Mad one and a J. Scott Campbell one, and then there was like 2 other artists, and I was just like, yeah, I don't, I don't, I'm good on that. Enrico says Martin Scorsese on a Punisher flick. Well, I guess that could be interesting, actually. Let me scroll over some of these. Enrico continues, says have Martin doing a Punisher flick with a throwback, proper Marvel street level setting. Would be nice. Yeah, I don't know if they know how to do that. Mom Bear says you're supposed to step on the like button, not the mute button. Well, next time I'll make sure to put my own like button. No, I'm not liking my own stuff.
Yeah. But hey, speaking of the like button, guys, if you like the content, like the video. It helps the algorithm, keeps us around.
Hold on, Brina's worrying about
Who will smash the like button?
Right. Brina's worrying about the showcase. I might do the show because I do have to like run off here because the way they got me set up at work tomorrow is kind of crazy. So I might do that showcase on Monday. As Panda says, oh, I forgot J. Scott Campbell did something with the covers. Yeah,
what? I don't hear that.
Oh no. Master Panda was just saying he forgot that J. Scott Campbell did one of the covers for Battle Chasers. As a matter of fact, isn't number issue 12? Issue 12 is out. I gotta get that tomorrow.
Well, it's sort of like the issue is money. That's what everybody talks about nowadays is the money, and money's important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is sort of also a situation where, like, hey, do you want to save the comic book industry? Like, all hands on deck. Like, if they need money, give their offer, but they got to be willing to do it if they want to.
Yeah.
Or else it's going away. I mean, I guess the mainstream industry is going away. There's always be comics somewhere. There's comics being made right now. People are funding their stuff. They're doing their own digital stuff. They're like mailing it to customers. They're doing their thing. So comic books are being made. You know what I'm saying? On redcomicbook.com, comics are there and ready to be shipped to you. Okay.
Right.
So people are making comics. But if people care about whatever these Marvel and DC characters, they do need to take action.
I'm just hold on. I'm just skimming over the article. He's basically just saying they need to come back. Millar is not the only one to suggest comic book industry is struggling. Rod Lamberti, the owner of Rodman Comics, revealed in a blog post at Bleeding Cool that his new comic sales are declining. Oh boy. Hey, we got a killer story right here. No pun intended. Really, no pun intended. I actually said that by accident, but
Fallen Friend, the death of Miss Marvel.
Yo,
are they like editorially mandated to just push Disney Plus products? I feel like that's what the purpose of Marvel Comics has to be at this point.
Yo,
like,
hold on.
I know these guys are like, this stuff is kind of lame, but I feel like they must be forced to do this. Like, does she look like Brie Larson in the photo a little bit?
Am I bugging? No, I'm bugging. This is drawn. This is like at first glance, I'm like looking at it, I was like, yo, why does it look like AI? a little bit
AI vibe to it, a little bit. But
I don't know, like the shoulder of. I don't know. Let me not like.
I don't know.
Never know. Marvel never. Oh man, you got James Gunn in here too.
But that's big money. Like, I don't know, man. And what superstars? He named it fuck Hippel, but like, I don't know. It would have to take him. Why don't he write all the books? I guess you'd have to write like 5 books at a time and then get
you better get the writing. Here's my final thoughts on this.
First of all, if you're gonna get some artists that's like 50 something and 60 years old, man, the arthritis is real, folks. Okay, like I don't know if they're gonna be busting out like monthly comic books. Like that's just wild.
I'm just like, okay, they already lost. I appreciate. First of all, I like all kinds of artists. Obviously, me. All right, my art is anime influenced, but I like all kinds of artists. I read all kinds of artists because I have appreciation for comic books. But they're battling against a demographic that they threw out of the industry a very long time ago. Now, some of these new there is comic book Twitter, and comic book Twitter is surprisingly filled with some young people. So you might get them to read some things. Now, the weird part about comic book Twitter, though, is that they're all, I won't say all, from what I've seen, the young crowd, mostly, they're the blue hair crowd. So now you gotta reverse and try to like, hey, you want to check out this dope artist named J. Scott Campbell? Uh, and the rest
Some of
of
them,
the, huh?
I mean, you say that, but it's like maybe they
Maybe,
would.
maybe they would. I mean,
I
they
mean,
should,
it's not here.
they
They
should
don't
because I mean, his art is great. And,
like if you talk about like supply and demand, but the demand comes from the supply. Like they don't know what they like until it's there. I mean, we don't know anime. You liked anime until it existed.
that is true.
Like it's like they don't know what they're not getting.
But it has to be
I don't think they would accept that over. I mean, come on. Like, I don't know.
like Mark said, it has to be the superstars. So you got to win. So I guess you could try to win them back. Now,
I don't know if you could win this phantom audience they're trying to make. I don't know if they're looking for like some kind of sophisticated person that doesn't read comic books. They gotta let that dream go.
Oh yeah, those guys are like over. Don't worry
They
about
have
those
to. They have to get like the people that are buying the comic books to stay around. But and the people like the old readers, they need to get them to come back. They need make an impact. And having like what he said, the old superstars to come back would make that impact.
right.
But they would have to like I don't know, get a budget and make it happen and see what happens. They're not going to lose fans if they bring. I don't know. I don't think they're going to lose money, lose sales if they bring back like.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you exactly
J. Scott Campbell.
how they can help Mark's plan. Because I could sit here and talk about. How these kids ran to manga, and this, that, and the third, which they did. But if for Mark's plan to really work, this is what they're gonna have to do. Take all them books that they're writing right now and cancel them. They're gonna cancel all the books, all of them, all of them, all of them.
Well, it's really going to compare down the line to like what he said, 10, 20 artists between two companies. He's gonna have then that means like there's like only 10 books.
So
and then 10 books, and then the rest can be like a Shonen Jump like giant like compendium of like short stories. How about that?
yeah, you put the Tumblr people in like some compilation, and then you have 10 books. You get I don't know, Marvel. You get you get a X-Men, a Spider-Man, Avengers. You can have your one else like Captain America, I guess.
Right, the individual members of the Avengers.
Right. And
Wolverine,
a Wolverine, a Punisher.
The end. I don't know.
A Black Panther, 10. Whatever. Right?
No, it's like but I mean, look, you get sales. If it makes sales, then it'll have a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Panther, and that's something. It. Like
we're not doing a Venom.
No more Venoms.
We're not doing a Venom.
No Venom, like because you don't have.
He'll be in the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying that I wouldn't mind seeing a Venom book. I'm just like, and I know that that's not going to bring immediate sales. So we're not doing a Venom, okay?
It brings some sales. Like some people buy Venom, but it's always in these miniseries bursts. So it's like They know that they don't have like I don't know. They're lessening the impact of Venom by like having him like be so saturated.
Right. Maybe they could bring him back when the sales of Spider-Man jump up. In DC, you have a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League. I don't know. Listen, whatever else is selling there, and you get all the other books get shoved to the side. You get all the money, and you give it to the superstars. artists and writers and have them make the best work of their lives. And maybe then it would work then, because it seems to me like Marvel and DC may or may not have a money issue. And if that's the issue, you get rid of all the stuff that's not selling, get rid of all this Krakoa stuff, you get rid of all the stuff like the Thing getting lectured about his white privilege and all this corny stuff that nobody wants to read. Um and you divvy all your money into superstars. But of course, you have the whole Marvel thing where they're sad about getting left.
by these superstar artists, and it's just like, just let it go. It's okay. Like, it's all right. Like, I mean,
Man,
they're having this whole argument like in Hollywood about like fair wages and fair pay, and all these superstars are like, putting on their poor clothes, and they're marching in the streets saying I didn't get paid, I need to get paid more and all this. And it's like, well, it's fair pay for them, that's fine, but then it's not fair pay for these artists. They left because they weren't getting paid. In fact, you should be feeling sorry for them. You should feel sorry for Jessica Campbell and all these other people, and I should, demand that they give them the fair wages that they deserve.
right.
Um,
Hold
yeah.
on.
But it's like, and plan is just a stopgap to keep the comic industry from collapsing. The plan 2 has to be finding actual new superstar worthy artists while those guys are drawing their run
Yeah, cool.
for the next generation, because these guys ain't gonna be here forever.
They can hire me for that. I could find the artist. It's like super easy. I don't know why they can't find these people.
Yeah, I don't know. Whoever is the talent search man at these companies
Yo, Marvel.
isn't really doing their gig. And when they do find some guy, they put him on like some weird side book that's almost as big but not really. Like, I think like Ryan Stegman had the ability to like become a superstar, like if he would like, but they put him on like Venom one shots and Venom miniseries, and he liked being on Venom, but Venom will never be Spider-Man, okay? And Venom will never be the X-Men, and Venom will never be the Avengers. So it's
No,
like,
won't.
it just be stuck in this like B tier scenario forever. And they have Roger Cruz, who was still drawn like the man. He was dope in the 90s. He was drawing hot stuff in the 90s, and he's still drawing the same way right now at 50 something years old. Okay? But he's on this Robin book, and Robin will never be Batman. He should be on Batman. He should be on X-Men. He should be like on a top tier book, especially somebody who remembers how to draw in a top tier like superstar Marvel style. Like, you should be putting him on, and he has a style that maybe could connect with younger people,
Yeah.
even though he's 50 something years old, because his style has a little bit of a manga influence mixed with the American stuff. But said they got him like
You're talking about Roger, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Roger Cruz. Yeah,
Roger
got him on
Cruz,
Robin.
Simeo. What's that guy's name?
Robin's not like like Damian Wayne. Robin is not like a schlub character, but I'm just saying though, can we have him on like he could be the superstar, right? I mean, like, look, he was adjacent to Joe Mad before. Maybe now that Joe Mad's not drawing comics right now, he could be on like an X-Men or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. These are the plans.
It's funny because we having this conversation for no reason. I don't just let you know right now.
Yeah, this is just like, I don't know.
Because they finna do none of this, okay?
Like
I know that's
fantasy
messed
football.
up. Yeah. I know it's messed up, like end to the conversation, but I don't see it. I don't see it unless it's the thing where Dan said with like, oh, they listen to Mark because he, pulling into Hollywood bucks. Hold on, let me read this last bit real quick.
No one cares about people who ain't got money. Like, these people are like, this is like rich world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Rich people world. They listen to other rich people. They don't listen to like nouveau riche poor guys who are building up the YouTube channel. And now that they got money, now they're just mad because they remember them when they didn't have money. And they're not in the industry. See, Mark's in the industry. He got them started in the industry, and he's still in the industry. He got the Netflix deal that all those writers want. So they'll like they listen to him. They might. I'm not saying.
I mean, they would have to listen to him, but like, how are the other people supposed to listen to him? The people, the people, the guys who want to write the corniest crap
But he's not. He's talking about bringing the superstars back, so he'll just deal with that. They'll deal with whatever book they're doing. I don't know. Like maybe I don't know. He didn't mention that. He's not an
No.
adversarial
I'm not
guy.
talking. I'm not talking about people on other books. I'm talking about people like on editorial teams and stuff like that. They gonna let
That's,
them cook? I don't believe in them.
oh, this is like fantasy football scenarios. Like I don't really. This is like
I don't
this
believe
is
in
all
them.
like a weird stream, like a wish list desire. I mean, like what are you expecting? Like I guess like they come in. He's like, I got the 20 guys, and then like magically, like the guy in charge of Marvel's like, you got it, Mark. You are now the new editor in chief of Marvel or something like
Because
that. And then what? And then immediately like they're hit with like a bunch of like what trumped up charges and stuff. Like he touched me in the elevator and all this.
yeah, because that's
Like I mean, I don't know, but that's like they'll just have to deal with that. Like you're gonna live on fear. Like I mean, like I don't really know. It's like who cares?
man.
We're gonna
Excuse
do it.
me.
People that
You
they
guys
just
did
move
this
on to
book.
image. They like, do your own books. I don't know. Like the books are not selling. You just cancel the books because they're not selling. I mean,
I
what do
just
you?
picture like they do a book, and then one of the books is like you got some divert what do they call them
You just
joints?
cancel the book. I mean, like, look, what is this? What is the alternative? What's the alternative
But cancel what
to
book?
these to like the books they have now?
No, I'm not
What's
talking
the
about that.
alternatives to that? And the
Oh
writers
well,
and the editorial stuff.
yes, because cancel those books. But I'm talking about when they get the books right there, and then you got to deal with the diversity officer coming on and is like, excuse me, Mark, I don't think there's enough representation of XYZ in here, or like whatever this
I
may be.
guess it's like I don't know really. Like that's when the rubber meets the road, and I guess he'll deal with the officer. I mean, he deals with the officer at like Netflix,
I
and
guess.
I guess his version is not going to be, I guess, the version you have in your head, where it's like it's going to be like some return to the '90s full blast, like out of control shit. I guess it will be some compromised product, like,
I don't want no
but I guess
compromise.
their compromised products.
I don't want no
I'm just trying to be realistic. I mean, like, look, we do our own comic books on redcomicbook.com. Okay, you want to see the raw dose of what artists can do, you got to go independent. You can't mess with these big corporations. You got to
no.
go full on independent. Okay, if you want like the Minder, the parole officer style art, you got to go the big corporations. But
Hey,
I'm just saying, like, I guess his plan to save the industry will just be like an improvement of what's going on now, and then when they see that's rolling, then they'll get more clout, and then they could take more chances to do more stuff later. Like it's like turning a
to
tanker
say,
truck
but
that's
do they
going
want to
down.
save it? I thought they were on like martyr phase. Or
Uh,
we have to do
I
comics
don't.
about this particular topic because we're fighting the good fight. That's what they
They
seem
never
like they're
had.
doing to me.
They never had an alternative offer that I guess Mark is providing. Because what's the alternative shit? They hate the alternative that you're thinking about. Cancel all these people and go hire like I don't know the dudes from the internet that they hate. That's the only plan that they've been
Listen,
offered,
all I gotta
and they don't
say
want to take it.
is
They should take anything that'll make money. That's what I say.
yeah.
But they don't want that plan. So maybe they'll listen to Mark's plan where it's like, oh, don't take that guy, but you'll take um whatever his artists like Frank Quietly, Pepe Larraz. They'll be like, oh, Pepe, I didn't hear that deal. Maybe I'll take Pepe over the Tumblr guy. They haven't heard that one yet. Now, if they turn that deal down, then like I don't know, it's all a wrap. I really don't know what to say. I think they should take anybody. Like even if you got like 4 followers on Twitter, take that guy if he's dope. That's what I say. That's how Marvel used to run. They don't care what you look like. They don't care who you like, what you believe.
Listen,
As long as you didn't like, I don't know, commit a violent crime or something that it's gonna impede you from drawing the book or something, you're golden.
in the small chance that Mark Millar ever sees this stream, Mark, I just want to say I actually believe and like your plan. It's the other people I don't believe in, so you can't listen to my black pilled ass. You know what I mean? Until like if it actually works, I'll be hyped.
Okay.
But hold on, let me
Read
read the
those.
rest of these because
Yeah,
I gotta jump
yeah, we
out of
gotta
here.
bounce. But
Um,
thank you guys for coming. Thank
yes,
you guys for listening to our rant stream. I was trying to figure out this Hail Mary pass to save the comic book industry that, is admirable. It's actually,
I like it. It's
but it
just
certainly should have done that, and maybe he could get it done. There's a lot of naysayers. This will never happen. This will never happen. But like, I don't know. They respect his name.
yeah.
At least we think so.
Enrico had an intriguing comment here. He said Michael Bay's Daredevil. Think Jackie Chan flick meets The Raid, but with more explosions. I watched that.
Of course.
Mama Bear says, Sean's take on Venom would be dope. I have not drawn Venom in a very long time. I think I tried to do a Venomized like Miguel, and I never finished it.
Give it a try.
Yeah, I actually have. There's a small segue, because the Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Spider-Man thing, Peter Parker Spider-Man thing is heating up on Twitter. I don't know why it's still a topic, but I have a sketch that I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be funny. I'm not even gonna spoil it for y'all, but it's going to be Miles Morales related, and I'm gonna just put it out there with my own caption and see what happens. What that caption is, I'm not saying yet. Enrico says it can't be done without a DC style Crisis reboot to reboot Marvel brand. Yeah, they definitely gonna have to like reboot stuff. Hold on, let me just scroll down here. Mama Bear says it's entertaining to listen to Dan go off about it. Oh, sorry, I missed a comment here that says you could bring back every single living legend, and I wouldn't care, and wouldn't even pick up one of their books to just own it. Well, there you go.
To even hold it. And look, there's a lot of bad will that was done to the reader.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
with all these music, with all these videos that they said like, oh, this. They had all the videos, Sound of Amanon saying like, oh, this is gonna be this boy brand is over. Like it's now a lifestyle brand. It's basically saying like you're done. It's not like they can be here and you can be here. It's like because you're here, they can't be here, so you're gotta go.
Right.
And that wasn't the right message. That's not a good message. There's years of that message and years of their books changing characters out of the blue. And they have to earn trust, and something like this, I guess, is like an artistic signal to try to earn back trust. But we've been so. I can imagine that the fans have been so baited and switched so much,
right?
Especially by other forms of media, like, hey, here comes the new Star Wars movie, and then it's like bait and switch. Sorry,
not only baited and switch, but it's more than that. We've been
baited, switched, demeaned in the media,
mean
by the press,
demeaned by the
new
creators
fans that they found, by the creators, the
guys who made the stuff,
the actors, bro, like everyone's yelling at you, and you're just like, okay, I'm leaving Star Wars.
Comic writers yelling at fans,
right on the Twitter. These writers, some of them legends. Like I looked at the old top 10 list of like writers from Image, and half of them have been yelling at their fans for years on Twitter. That's not good. Do you want to bring those guys back? Those legends?
Nah, Madonna.
Really?
Good. No.
Like they need people with like they need to bring, if they're going to bring back anybody, they got to bring back people who like, I don't know, at least didn't yell at people on the internet.
Right.
People who are nice people on the internet, or people who just didn't say anything on the internet, because the rest are just screaming and yelling. And that's not good. Okay. So people like Enrico are real, and there's a lot of them.
Anyway, y'all, I gotta rush up out of here. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I think we did. He says, "What do y'all do?" And hit the like. Yeah, hit the like, guys.
Thank you. But anyway,
share the link. Buy a book. The link's in the description. Discord's in the description.
We were supposed to do the showcase today, but I gotta run up out of here, y'all. I got like literally 2 more days of work because apparently I'm working.
The rant got heated.
What happened?
The rant got heated. We were talking. This is an interesting proposal. It's sort of like you have all these conflicted emotions about like the industry. It's like
trust me. On this topic, I could probably go like a whole nother 3 hours on this, but because oof, many things unsaid.
Yeah, anyway. A lot of emotion, a lot of stuff going on.
Anyway, y'all, thank you for coming through the chat. Thank you for the likes and all the comments and everything, and the support. We will see you again next week, where something else crazy happens. Now I gotta figure out what's going on with this mugshot. Twitter. Anyway, y'all. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Peace out.
Peace.